Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the Accumulation Zone, the YouTube channel where you are going to learn everything about trading. In today's video, I'm going to be covering one of my strategies I use to trade with. Alright guys, now let's go through the indicators that you need on your chart in order to make it work. So first of all, you are going to need the basic RSI indicator by TradingView and change the length to 618. Leave the source at close, and for the MA type select SMA and change the MA length to 200. In the second step, you are going to need the house yield indicator by FinAlgo, and you want to plot it on the RSI indicator. So how do you do that? You click here on RSI on those three dots more, you click on it and you click on add indicator strategy on RSI. You click on here and you type in house yield by FinAlgo. Right here, you select this one and it will appear right here in your RSI indicator box. You click on settings and you change the length to 227, and you have to make sure the source is RSI. Now we've got the RSI indicator all ready to go. Now everything else we are going to need is the ATR bands indicator. Right here, ATR bands by Alexander TH. We're going to use his indicator. And we need two SMAs, and for the ATR bands, I forgot, we want to select the ATR period of 2 and the multiplier of 3 for Bitcoin USDT on a 5-minute Bybit chart. The last two indicators for today that we are going to need is an SMMA, a simple smooth moving average with the length of 227. That's going to be considered our slow moving average, and our fast moving average with the length of 14. Now we are all ready and set up to go through our long entry and short entry examples. So here I've prepared the first long entry example, and to make it sure I wrote everything out here so you guys can like read it while I'm explaining it. So first of all is we want to see a price close, a bullish price close above this purple slow moving average and above this fast 14 moving average here colored in blue. So we already saw that. That's our first condition. Then we move on to our second condition, which would be the RSI has to be larger than the house yield indicator. The color doesn't matter here. And we see, okay, right here on this candle, we've been above this house yield indicator right here, still colored in red. Our third entry condition would be that the RSI is either crossing the RSI MA with the length of 200 or it's crossing above the 50 level. So right here we saw we crossed about the RSI MA, and yeah, so all the entry conditions for this long trade were met. We are going to place our stop loss right here on the ATR bands, the red ones, because we're going in a long position. And we are going to target a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward trade. Alright, that would be our first long entry example. Alright guys, now let me take you through a quick short example. So I already switched over to the crypto scalping strategy. So first of all, we have to see the close below the slow and fast smooth moving average. We already see that, we are below both MAs. We want to see the RSI smaller than the house yield, and again the color doesn't matter. So right here we saw the RSI is below the house yield indicator. Now we're just patiently waiting for our RSI to cross either the RSI MA or crossing below the 50 level. And as you can already see, we already are below the 50 level. So the only other condition we are waiting for now is for the RSI to cross the RSI MA. Alright, and on the very next candle, we already saw that the RSI crossed the RSI MA. So we would have placed our entry right here, moved our stop loss right to this level here, where our ATR bands are right now. And let's see how this trade played out. We are looking for a 1 to 1.5 risk reward ratio. And we saw this trade hit our take profit eventually. And right now I'm gonna share with you guys a little secret of how you can make even more profits using this strategy. And what I was doing, I was using the last impulse to the downside, the other way around, right here from the swing high to the swing low. And I used to use this Fibonacci levels to take partials. So right around when we hit our 1 to 1.5 risk reward, I took like 50% of the trade, moved the stop loss right here into break even where we entered it, at the start, and I let the trade running. So I had more take profits. I had one at this level right here, and another one at 2.118 Fibonacci level. And like at every, like I would take like, I don't know, another 10% or 15% of the trade with every level being hit, moving my stop loss slowly but surely into take profit. So right, let's see how this actually would have worked out. So we see we already hit our second take profit, and what I would have done right now, I would have moved my stop loss right to my first take profit of 1 to 1.5 just to secure my profit. Alright, and let's see what's going to happen. And we hit our third take profit. What I would do right now, I would move my stop loss here to my second take profit. So just to secure a few more profits. And let's see if we even hit our third take profit without hitting that stop loss. Let's see if it's playing out. And eventually we hit our take profit. Alright guys, let's get into the results. We see right here on a Bitcoin 5-minute chart, we made 80 total trades with a win rate of 52%, a return of total 60%, and a max drawdown of 10%. We had max 5 consecutive losses over those total 80 trades and a profit factor of 1 to 1.6. And let's have a look at the strategy tester from TradingView. We saw here the strategy tester told us that by risking, let's go to the properties, by a initial capital of $1,000 going for 0.1 contracts, so that would roughly be a 2x leverage, we would make a total profit of 92.25%, and we had a max drawdown of 12%. And I was happy with this strategy. I was usually trading it on a 10x leverage, but I wouldn't recommend it to beginners. So make sure you're aware of your risk if you're trading with leverage. And let's keep going. So those 80 trades, we took those 80 trades within a period of, that's the 15th. So that's roughly 2 months now. So we took those 80 trades within a period of 2 months. And that's more than enough trades. Especially because I didn't just trade it on Bitcoin by itself. I was also looking at Ethereum and Solana and a few other coins at the same time with the same strategy. And back then I had to like watch the charts all the time. I was like looking at the charts every hour just to make sure I'm not missing my setup. But now with the crypto scalping strategy here, you can simply add an alert and you don't have to worry about it. You will receive your buy alert like right here. You can check your setup if you like it. For example, right here we saw lots of volume coming into Bitcoin. So I would have hopped into this entry, and if I would have missed it by 5 or even 5, 10, 15, like let's say 1 hour, you would have been still able to get your entry here when it came back to our entry price or here. So not a problem at all. You receive the alert so you don't have to spend all day in front of the charts, and you can make sure you like the setup. For example, here on this short signal, I wouldn't have taken it. This short signal just appeared because remember our condition was to the RSI line here. It's also giving you a short signal if we are crossing below the RSI level of 50, and we did it right here. We crossed below it. We were below our slow and our fast moving average. So the bot here automatically would have informed you that this is a potential short setup. But if you use the human filter, that's how I like to call it, you would have avoided this trade and you could have enjoyed your beautiful winning trade here. And I'm gonna drop a little secret at the end of this video of how I used to let my winners ride and cut my losing trade short basically. Alright, so that's the results for Bitcoin. And you can tweak that in the settings right here. For example, if you turn on the sessions, Okay, this didn't really tweak it at all. You can, for example, set you want to risk more a percent per trade. Let's say you are a risky trader and you want to risk 5% per trade. You see the returns are gonna like increase, obviously. You, for example, can change the SMAs, the RSI length, the HUL MA, for example, to a THMA or an EHMA. You can change the HUL length multiplier, for example, and you would see we would have one more losing trade in a row. You can, for example, change the stop loss settings, set the ATR based on a EMA, and let's see, do we get better results? No, actually not. So let's maybe try out a weighted moving average. No, even worse results. So we're going to definitely stick with an IMA. And I already optimized those settings here, so you don't have to worry about it. And you can also hook it up to free commas. You just paste your free comma bot message right into here for the long entry, for the short entry, and also for your exit signals. Or you can simply copy them into the code and write here into the source code in line 147 to line 150, right here into the def var, right in here where I marked those 3 H's now. That's where you would paste it, and you don't have to like put it in there all the time. I'm also going to share the source code, so you don't have to worry about it. Alright guys, and like I already said, I didn't just trade the strategy on Bitcoin by itself, so I'm gonna provide a few more backtesting results for the same time period. I modified the settings a little bit, but I'm going to share them on my Google Drive alongside with the strategy. So right here you see that we took a total of 65 trades. During the same time frame we took those 92 trades here on Bitcoin USDT with a slightly higher win rate, a few more consecutive losers, and a profit factor of 2.7, which is very good for a 5-minute strategy. We also had a return of 70%, and if we compare that to the TradingView backtester, that's just a difference because right here in the TradingView backtester we are risking 2 Ethereum contracts, so basically 3 grand per trade of a $1,000 initial account. And right here on my trading strategy dashboard, we are risking 2% of our account size with every trade. So if I would change that down to a $1,000 account as well, we would still make 69% with like all the compounding, and we're only risking 2% of our account. So if we lose, we would only lose $20 on our $1,000 account. Alright, so those are the results for Ethereum USDT, also on a 5-minute Bybit chart during the same. Alright guys, to sum up this video, so over the last 2 months we took 65 plus, initially we had 80 trades here, so that's roughly 145 trades where we averaged a win rate of roughly 54-55% on both Ethereum USDT and Bitcoin USDT. We had never more than 7 consecutive losers, and this strategy turned out to be profitable over the long term. I used it during the bull market and I was curious if it's still working like during the current market conditions, and it is proven it definitely does. So feel free to try out this strategy and send me some feedback on Telegram. And yeah, if you want access to the Google Drive, just support this little YouTube channel on Patreon. And yeah, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I will see you guys in the next video, where I am going to be using the SCALPER Pro indicator, and I'm going to automate it to automatically trade reversals. But more about that in the next video. Cheers guys!